Okay, we're going to call this BHB2, harmonica lesson. Okay, my name's Big Harmonica Bob, not Harmonica Bob. That's somebody else. Big Harmonica Bob. Uh, there's a story to that, but it's important because that's legally who I am. I know nobody cares, but when you start caring, it'll make a difference. Anyway, last time I told you to learn how to play Mary Had a Little Lamb and isolate a note with the pucker method. This time, though, we're going to talk about what kind of harmonica should I play. If you get a cheap harmonica, you're going to suffer because, unfortunately, they're made in China, and the inside of it looks like this. See that thing? Oh, it's backwards. Hold on. See where the little holes are? Can you see that? Yeah. And those things are called reed plates. All right? That's what it looks like inside. There's air that leaks between the reed plates if you buy a cheap one. So becomes difficult because there's air leaking in there. It's okay to spend a few bucks. When I started playing, harmonicas cost $2.50. Now, people are going to argue with you about this is better, cheap one's okay. In my opinion, I like the Hohner Special 20. And Lee Oscar is really good too. But see this plastic thing right here? I think that's called the comb. Doesn't matter what it's called. Here's one here. That thing's wood. It's kind of painted wood. But if you get the wood one, the wood swells. And it doesn't seem like they last as long. The real old-time pros played the wooden ones, probably because that's all there was. And the people today argue, oh, that's where the tone is. The tone's in the wood. Whatever. If you want a good all-around harmonica that'll last a while, I'd say a Special 20. Now, nowadays you can pay up to 40, 50, 60 bucks just for one harmonica. But if you go online, I Amazon everything now. I don't know who else sells what. There are probably some good things. I bought one the other day to replace this one for 33 bucks. And I'm a Prime member, so I got a break on that one. See this little thing here that's holding it together? I don't recommend that. But I'm getting old and I lost the little screw that holds this together. I still use this one in gigs, but it's got a sour note. That note right there. Nobody much notices. But I got a new one. And when you get a new harmonica, you got to break them in. You got to go around like this. You know, all day and all of the night when you're driving, whatever. Because the reeds need to be loosened up. The reeds are, I guess they're they call this a tin sandwich. The reeds are tin and brass. And maybe better harmonicas have something else, but that's what happens with those. So what kind should I get? The Hohner Special 20. When you go to the music store, you can get a deal too by telling them, hey, I'm not going to pay that price. I don't know. My name's Big Harmonica Bob, but when I do gigs, I don't even play harmonica anymore because I tell them it's too expensive. Plus, I'm not fronting the band with harmonica generally anymore. I use a guitar. I play keyboard too, but usually I front a band with a guitar, and it's usually just a trio. We're down to the survival trio. But I'll play, the blues. Okay, so what kind should I get? You can get whatever you want, but an inexpensive one you're going to suffer. Just like a cheap guitar, it's harder to play than a good guitar, even if you know what you're doing. So get a Special 20. I say because these things are plastic and the holes are bigger. But if you're a tone meister, then go get I would say a marine band. If you're going to get a Hohner, a marine band, I would suggest don't get that other one that they call a blues harp or whatever it is. The marine band is the one that all the old timers used, or most of them. And people still use those today and they're fine. But for me, I think the Special 20 lasts longer. A lot of these things aren't even in tune when you buy them with themselves. It probably won't matter in the beginning. That's why Lee Oscar set out to go make his own thing years ago. And I suppose more of those are in tune. On some of the higher ones, these things come in different keys, by the way. If you're wondering, if you're a new harmonica player, how come you just can't pick up harmonica and just blow harmonica with somebody? These things come in different keys. And I don't think you can see the little letter on this cheap camera, but maybe you can see it on this bigger harmonica here. I don't know, probably not. Can you see that where it says C on there? Is there a C? Yeah, see, you probably have it upside down or something. Let me shine it toward the light. There's a little thing that tells you somewhere in the harmonica what key it's in. And just a little bit about playing in key with the guitar or other instruments. Okay, first position harmonica is if somebody's playing in the key of C, you play your harmonica in the key of C. And that's generally a song that has a melody, what I call campfire music. It's used a little bit in the blues, sometimes in country western music. But the blues is played in what they call cross harper, second position. So there's a whole chart for that. Look it up again on the internet under, harmonica chart. And when the guy's playing, for example, in the key of E on guitar, you need an A harmonica. And if you're going to go out and spend money on harmonicas, I would say get a C because it's in the middle. An A harmonica is low. And if you go all the way to the other end, there's different high ones. Maybe a D is a good high key to get if you want a little higher key. And of course, there's a multitude of tunings. There's low harmonicas. There's country tuning, this, whatever. Just get a plain old harmonica in the key of C. If you're going to get a second one, I would suggest the key of A. The lower notes are easier to bend. This one's in the key of A. Watch this. When you bend this one. Hey, something wrong with it. That's the draw number 2. That's the beginning of the blues. You got to go around and isolate the note and then go wee-oo. That's the draw note. And that's the beginning of you learning how to play the blues, which I'll get into later. I don't have a guitar with me today. I got some old harmonicas that were in my motorhome. And I thought I would share because soon I'll be retired from my real job. I've worked on the waterfront in Los Angeles for 41 years, and hopefully I'll live long enough to get out of there. I'm going to be 62. And then I can go hang out at bars and dives and play music, which I'm doing anyways. But, then they'll be sending me money in the mail, I hope, to do that. But that's besides the point. The point is you want to learn how to play. So what kind of harmonica? I say a Special 20. That's my preference. Or a Lee Oscar. Shop around. You can get this nowadays. This is 2016 May for $33 easily. Maybe cheaper, but you can pay a lot more, which I don't recommend. What key should you start out in? C is the people's key. It's in the middle. If you want a low key, get it in A. And I would suggest D for a little bit higher key. If you get those 3, you get a low one, a middle one, and a high one. Probably nowadays, unfortunately, that's $50 or $60. But hey, you wanted to play harmonica, so don't blame me. All right, I hope that helps again. I'm just doing this off the top of my head because I kind of shied away from this. I've taught, like I said, at seminars, and I've played with some maybe big shot people every now and then, and used to play with J.J. Bad Boy Jones. He passed away some years ago. He was a gentleman. Not everybody in the music thing is a gentleman, but he was a great guy. So I thought, maybe I'll pass this on. I used to teach at Belmont Studio. I don't want to teach anymore for now. But that Johnny over there, he's a great guy. If you're in the Los Angeles, Long Beach area, go learn something from one of his many teachers. All right. I hope that helped. I didn't want to ramble too much. But there's not a lot to learn, but if you don't know anything, watch these videos. So this is BHB2, Big Harmonica Bob 2. This is for my own reference because I think I'm going to get rid of these things as fast as I make them. Then I got to watch them on YouTube like you to even know what I talked about. Okay, thank you so much. I hope you got something out of this. How to play the blues will be next, and how to bend a note. And stick with that Mary Had a Little Lamb in any key when you get your little numbers. And if you want to be like the big shots, you can play it upside down, but I play the regular way for now. All right, thank you very much. But you can play like this too. Or like this. Or like this. Upside down or sideways. But regular is okay with the numbers up. Keep your numbers up. All right, thank you very much.